Hi, welcome to Liberated Enterprise Creators. And you're here today because you're enrolled for the Mindsets Workshop online. This is Balaji Pasumarthy, and I'm the founder of Liberated Enterprise Creators. It's an absolute pleasure to have you in this workshop. First, how are we organizing this? So, we are going to have four Zoom online sessions, which are going to be highly engaging and interactive. And in order to have a meaningful conversation during those sessions, we're going to have some material through videos or that you might have to read before you come to the Zoom sessions, right? And this is the first such video and material that I'd like you to watch before you come in. So, what is it that we are trying to do in the Mindsets workshop? What is the problem of entrepreneurs that we are going to give a solution to? So, let me give a context to this. So, if you think about it, entrepreneurs, all of us as entrepreneurs, we are the creators of our lives and our enterprise. This is something that I totally believe in. There are no set ways of doing or setting up a business. There are only certain tools that you like to use. And there is a passion within us that we want to manifest in the world. And that is what a business is really about. So, as entrepreneurs, we are the creators of our lives and enterprise. All we are doing through Liberated Enterprise Creators is that in the process of creating that enterprise, let's have a fulfilling life. Let's not get trapped, because what really happens that we get so involved with our business, that we get so consumed by our business, it seems as if without us the business will not run, and we start getting trapped into the business. That's a feeling that we get. So, what I'm saying is, while you're manifesting your passion and going about creating an awesome business, let's design it in such a way that it is you're feeling liberated, you're feeling fulfilled, and your team is also feeling that. Now, to get an inkling about what do I really mean by all this, I need to possibly start right in the beginning of why did I start Liberated and Press Creators? So, what is the story behind all of this? So, my journey, in fact, if you really think about where is the root of this, is way back when I was a kid, right? I was in the fifth standard, or that was the age. And our I think the our most the first exposure to work really is our schooling, right? Our studies. And for me at that age, school was, my god, why do I need to go to school? And school was such a pain for me, right? People would look at my report card and feel good about their own marks. So that is how poor I was in academics. My parents tried everything, right? They tried giving me tuitions, so giving me motivational talks, sending me to counselors, but my grades just remained just like that. Possibly I just didn't know why I should study and whether it is really meant for me, right? Then something happened. What happened was, I was walking after watching a movie with my parents towards the car, and I heard a teacher call out my name. And and you can imagine a student like that. That's the most unpleasant scenario to imagine. Parents are with you and the teacher is calling, but I was feeling trapped. There was no other way out. So I had to go towards the teacher, and went towards the teacher, parents following me. And the teacher said something which clicked, which changed something. She said, Balaji, you're done well in your test. Something just changed. Because after that, I noticed over a period of time that I started paying a lot more attention in class. I started mixing with students who were really good in their academics, and my grades started improving. I also remember reading a book called How to Be a Good Student. And by the time I was in the 10th standard, uh, I was among the top few. And then I got into when I was studying for the IIT entrance exams. IIT entrance exams, as you know, is something really tough, right? Only a few small percentage of people get through. And I was putting in the hours to make it through IIT. But I remember one conversation that my mother, she said to me, Balaji, you're working too hard. You should go out and play. And I was wondering, why is she saying that? Why is she telling me go out and play? Because I'm really enjoying this. I'm totally into it. I was putting in the work, but I was not, the hard work was there, but I was not feeling that this is something that I should not be doing. I was totally immersed in it. So that really is my definition of work. Later, I got into IIT and later IIM, two obviously very prestigious institutions. And then I got into my first job. And very soon, I started feeling like that kid who was just not enjoying school. Why am I here? What am I doing? Uh, and I was feeling as if work is, I'm like a cog in the wheel, right? There was no sense of purpose or mission at all. And this was one of the best companies that one could get into. So I made a conscious decision right that time that the reason I'm feeling like this, not connected to work, not motivated to work, was not because so I don't have to solve the solution just by changing the job, because I'm in a very good company. And if I'm feeling like this in a company like this, then possibly corporate world itself is not meant for me. So I took a decision that it's not about success or career and so on. I need to make a choice based on lifestyle. And therefore, I quit my job and I made a few decisions for myself. The decision I made was, let me create a business which will give me that kind of a lifestyle. That means the business can run on its own and it doesn't require me day in and day out to be there to make it happen. So that was the first decision I made. The second decision I made was that since I'm feeling like this, like a cog in the wheel and not enjoying work, can it be possible that my team members enjoy their work just like I was enjoying the work when I was preparing for my JEE exams, IIT exams? Can work be defined like that? Can we create an environment where Monday morning is not something that you do not look forward to? You're quite as excited about Sunday or Monday, doesn't matter, because work itself is a pleasure. The other rule I made was I need to be the master of my own time. So I should have time to be able to do various things in my life. And that's how I set out to create my first business, Golden Square Offices. It's 29 years old now since I started that. And it's been an awesome journey. And of course, because I had set it up in a way that it could run on its own, teams are highly engaged and so on and so forth. I had time to do various other things, including set up BNI in Bangalore, which we grew for 16 years to be one of the best uh, regions in the world, and being able to impact so many members. It was around this time, around 8 years, that is in 2016, that entrepreneur, her name is Shweta Shetty, she approached me and she said, Balaji, how do you do it? I noticed that your team members act like entrepreneurs. They seem to be taking decisions on their own and they seem to be so engaged at work. And you seem to be having so much time to do other activities like BNI and so on. So, how do you do it? Because I am struggling with people related issues in my organization. So, I asked her, you know, tell me what is it that's going on in your life, right? And she said, Balaji, uh, the whole day is going on like this. So she was into the website business that time. So she had a team of around 30, and this was what was happening in her life. A client would complain to the salesperson. The salesperson would then complain on the website developer. The website developer it complain on the architect who designed the website CMS platform and so on. And the whole day, Shweta says that she is spending time trying to resolve these disputes between people. So I gave her three suggestions. And I think that and those suggestions are more like prescriptions. I just said, do this, do this, do this, right? And I think without telling Shweta what are the underlying principles about it, but I just told her, just do this. And I thought she would not take me seriously because there were some drastic suggestions that I had asked her to do. 3 months later, we were sitting in a group, a lot of entrepreneurs were there, around 10, 12 entrepreneurs were there. And she said, Balaji, remember that meeting I had with you? I've implemented all your suggestions, and now my team is doing things that I never expected them to do. Things like, now if there's a customer complaint, the software developer was not budging from his table, is going, meeting the client and sorting out the issue. Now, they had some franchises to or agents to appoint in some interiors of Karnataka. And the software developers said that, see, that's my hometown, that's close to where I live. So let me go and close that deal for you and come back. And best of all, they used to get catering for lunch as a used to pay for that. And the team decided that let's do away with it because we can save some money for the organization, because a lot of us are anyway bringing food, lunch from our homes. And she said, if I had taken a decision like that, there would have been uproar that the company doesn't take care of its employees. And now they are deciding things like that. And she gives so many other examples. All these other entrepreneurs who were there, they said, asked me, Balaji, what did you share to her? We'd like to know. And so I said, guys, I have given a few suggestions based on Shweta's, organization and the type of business she is in. But there are certain underlying principles around which we can create organizations where entrepreneurs are highly engaged, they are, taking responsibility, and as an entrepreneur, you are freed up your time so that you can focus on what is most important for you, right? I'm happy to share those principles. And this is how the first group met. We met on a Tuesday afternoon, and I could not complete all my thoughts, right? So they said, okay, let's meet again next week. And this is how the Liberated Enterprise Creators got started. And we have success stories like Shweta across various sizes of companies and industries. Accountants, chartered accountancy firms, lawyers, manufacturing companies with blue collar workers. Imagine blue collar workers taking responsibility and saying that this is our work and we are going to do it, right? We have ad agencies, logistic companies across the board. We have success stories of companies where the the end result is people are taking ownership, work is happening, results are happening, and as an entrepreneur, they're getting liberated with their time so that they can focus on things beyond just the business. So this is essentially what my story is and why Liberated Enterprise Creators happened. And there are so many things. That's the reason why I believe every entrepreneur can benefit from what we have in Liberated Enterprise Creators. Whether you are a small team of 1 to 5 people to a 200-man organizations, we have got success stories to share over here. So just to sum up, as a business owner, these are a couple of things that you can remember, that I took these decisions and you could as well, right? That I'm not going to employ myself. The business is going to generate results, profits, even if I'm not there day in and day out. And there'll be joy at work for my team as well, not only for me. And I'll be the master of my life. Okay, these are the decisions I took when I started my first business. And I'd like you to kind of examine if these are something that you will be interested in as well. So it's not about making a living, it's about creating a lifestyle. What do I mean by that? So you could think about, typically people actually are kind of say a work life balance, and I kind of don't quite agree with this concept, work and life, as if there's a trade off between work and life. So I'd kind of say, hey, no, that's not the right way to look at it. What's a better way to look at it? I'd say you need to have both. And these are two different dimensions. Think about X and Y axis, right? You can't replace X and Y because they're two different dimensions. So life is on one axis, work is on one axis, and we can't say, hey, we have to replace this with that. We need both, right? So let me kind of give you a couple of things. So supposing we are only working, there is no life, we are a workaholic. If we are only having a life and no work at all, then we are retired. Okay. And obviously, the next one, in terms of neither work, no life, I don't know what to call that. So, where we want to be really is having both work and life. Both are happening. So, we are fulfilled. We're fulfilled. We're getting the kind of results that we really desire from our work. And we're also getting a amazing quality life, right? So, this is what I feel is what we need to aspire to, having being fulfilled in work and life. So, in this sense, how does it happen? Can liberated interest creators create this for us? So I'll be sharing a video from where Deepthi talks about her story of how she started getting fulfilled. Not only her, her partners and her team started getting fulfilled in her life. And I'd like you to watch this before coming for the next session. And so, just to sum up, work is a lot more than making a living, it's about coming alive. See you in the coming session.